TDtv, live every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hosted by me, your girl LaShia. Join me as I discuss social topics, spotlight independent artists, and share financial tips. Come on in and join the conversation. I want to hear what you have to say. Think Different TV reminds me.
You're the reason I wake up, the reason I smile.
What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Welcome to Think Different TV, the 51st episode of Think Different TV reminds me. I am your host, LaShia. What's up, y'all? How was y'all weekend? Can y'all believe we only have 2 weeks left in 2022? Did it just fly by for you guys? Is it just me? I just feel like it just flew by for me. I mean, I feel like this year just started. It was like literally yesterday. I just started Think Different TV, which is every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Shout out to my Tdtv fam all over the country. I appreciate you guys. You could be anywhere tonight, but you decide to be right here with me tonight on this day. Had the holidays right around the corner. So I thank you so much. Listen, guys, it has been a crazy couple of weeks getting prepared for the holidays. Am I right? I mean, those who do celebrate the holidays, I know have been running around like chickens with the head cut off. Unless you're a smart shopper like me and just order everything on Amazon. I just took a night. I said, okay, I'm going to order everything. And I said, make sure that is delivered before Christmas. And boom, my Christmas shopping was done. I usually wait till the last minute, but not too much last minute because I do want it to get here on time for Christmas. So, guys, it is a lot going on. There's a lot going on. But before we even get into the rest of the show, you know, I got to shout out my sponsor. My sponsor is Euphoria Water. Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Alkaline water and minerals. No chemicals, no additives, none of that crazy stuff in it. It is good and good for you. If you're going to hydrate the right way, get you Euphoria Water today. You can find Euphoria Water on Euphoria Water on IG. UPHORIAWATER, or you can call up Captain if you live in the Philadelphia area and you want that water delivered to your home. You can call Captain at 267-707-8279. I know I've been drinking my water like crazy because tis the season to be jolly, but also tis the season for it to be a whole bunch of germs in the air. Okay, so definitely had to get my Euphoria Water ready, keep myself hydrated. You know, shout out to Imitation by Jarrell. This is Queen, been backing me up since the beginning of the year. Let me move this over a little bit so y'all see that craziness on the wall right there. All right. It's still gonna be in the way. Hold on. There we go. All right. Just make sure my camera right. Make sure everything is correct tonight because we got a lot to get into. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell on my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any new episodes, replays, or exclusive interviews from Think Different TV. Also, let's share the love by sharing the live. After you share, comment, hashtag TDTV. All right, let's get into this, guys. Let's get this party started. Y'all know what time it is. It is time for our Hit It and Quit It. Now, y'all, it's been a lot going on this week. And I'm going to try to go through this as fast as possible, but it was a lot. So, here we go. YNW Melly shares updates of his condition behind bars and claims he fears for his life. He said a new captain named Hubert and Exo Jenkins have taken over the jail for 2 to 3 weeks now and have handed out even harsher punishments for me than the previous ones. Since December 11th, I have been moved and housed in a unit that holds 24 inmates at once. That's a lot. All right. I have now been housed in a vacant unit with no phone privilege, television or newspaper access. I am under 24-hour watch to make sure I don't have any outside contact with the free world, to let them know what's really going on with me. I am in full isolation and not allowed amongst the other inmates when I am allowed outside of my cell for 1 hour a day. I've been harassed, threatened physically, mistreated, discriminated against, subjected to cruel and unusual punishment, all done by high-ranking deputies, lieutenants, and sergeants of Broward County. They say they hide me from the world. This letter continues into detail, which could be found at the Shade Room. So here's my thought about this. So I get it. Sometimes they get a little bit crazy. The higher ranking officials, they get a little bit crazy when it comes to handing out punishments and everything to the inmates. But we have to also realize you are an inmate. So I'm kind of like, I feel his pain, but at the same time, like, what's that saying? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Like, at the end of the day, you broke the law. So you're going to have to do your time. Should they be as harsh as they are? I don't know, man. When we get to the point where we're like, I mean, sometimes we fight for inmates' rights more than Black people's human rights. So I don't know how to feel about that. So I'm gonna just keep on going. So bear with me here. There have been so many updates with this Meg versus Tory versus Kelsey versus this versus that, blah, 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 blah. It's hard to keep up, but so far we have learned that the gun has 4 different sets of fingerprints. The DNA has not been confirmed to belong to any of the suspects in question as of yet. Meg was possibly shot in the foot, but nobody is saying by who. The whole case went from Law and Order to Jerry Springer real quick. As of now, we don't know who officially shot who, but we know it all began with over the 2 arguing, Kelsey and Megan arguing in Tory's SUV, along with his security guard present, over the status of the other person's career, or is that what they want us to believe? Meg's former bodyguard, Justin Edison, has also gone missing, according to LAPD, before he is scheduled to testify in court. Make sure you tune in next week, where we'll have more official in-depth info on the case. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, because I'm personally, I'm just going to shout out Shiva Lafar, because he's been following the case. I have not personally been following the case. You want to know why? Because I don't care. I mean, they updating us like this is the OJ trial. It's not. Nobody was killed. Okay, nobody was murdered. Now the bodyguard turning up missing, that's a little sus, but I don't care. Am I the only one? That may not be popular opinion, but hey, it's my show. I'm gonna say what I want to say. Yeah, I thank you so much, Treva, for putting that information out there, and I'm going to give y'all the facts and give y'all what I can about the case if it's written in the script. But to be perfectly honest, I don't really care about Meg Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, or Kelsey Grammer. I know that's not her name, but that's the only real Kelsey I really know. So I couldn't care less, okay, about this case. All right. Meg is doing well. Her foot is apparently better. So I don't know why this is being dragged out so much. Moving on. Sources reveal Young Thug was hit with new charges that include street racing, reckless driving, and more. Meek Mill shares a quick story about Young Thug. It was a kid that was keeping his lights on at a detention center and kept getting into trouble. We found out that he was being, he was being taken advantage of, sexually assaulted. Can I use that? by his uncle at night, so he wanted to keep the lights on. And he called Thug and stayed on the phone with him till the sun up on FaceTime. Wow, that took a turn. Gunna is set to be released from jail after pleading guilty to racketeering charges. He broke his silence on social media by saying, "While I have agreed to always be truthful, I want to make it clear I have not made any statements, have not been interviewed, have not cooperated, have not agreed to testify against any party in the case, and absolutely no intention of being involved in the trial process in any way." So he like, I ain't trying to be in all that. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison, with one already served in prison. The 1 year sentence was commuted to time served. The 4-year remaining balance on his sentence has been suspended and will be subjected to special conditions, including 500 hours of community service. You know what I realized? I read more about artists today getting in trouble and being in the news for stupid shit than new music releases. Is it just me? I realize that I'm always talking about somebody being locked up or getting charges, or like, I don't know, y'all. I don't remember Busta Rhymes being in the news this much about, you know, getting charges or LL Cool J or anything. Like, I remember them just putting out great music. And these are the legends of tomorrow. Somebody look up to them. I hope they look up to them for being creative, or, you know, the musical ability, and not looking up to them to do jail time. All right. 600 Breezy speaks on Gunna's snitching allegations, saying this is a state RICO case, not federal. Those are two different ball games. Stop throwing that snitch word around if you never even caught a misdemeanor. All right. YSL Duke and fellow YSL artist Slime Life Shorty have also taken plea deals in the case. Here we go again. Y'all, I'll be honest with you. I am so tired of artists. I'm gonna have to do this. Being in the news for anything other than putting out great music. I don't know how many times I got to say this. I'm tired of always reporting on them being locked up. They be in jail more than they be out of jail. Some of them, I feel, probably got boyfriends in there. That's why they keep going in and out. We got to stop encouraging the foolishness. We have to encourage them to put out music. All right? Stop giving them big ups if they done time. They don't get no street credit. No. There's people that got street credit, but they actually put out great music. A lot of people talk about some Tupac, Biggie, they put out great music. That's the main component that y'all missing. That's the main component y'all missing. Because y'all may be putting out some great music. I don't know. Am I wrong? I don't know. I know I'm not wrong. I mean, am I wrong to think that these people, that the only thing they got going for them is catching charges, catching the case, catching the damn code? How about you catch a hit record? How about you do that? Moving on. Young Miami, P. Diddy had a baby with somebody else, 28-year-old Dana Tran. She was like a computer analyst or something like that. And she had a baby by P. Diddy. I think P. Diddy trying to catch up to Nick Cannon at this point. They like having a little race, but Young Miami says she's not a side joint, but P. Diddy sure enough treating her like one. Or maybe she just don't want to have no babies by him, which is perfectly her choice, her body, whatever she wants to do. So what's happening is that he's just going out getting other people knocked up, and he's just having a whole bunch of fun with her. I'm like, live your best life. If you got the money to do it, do it. I'm not here to judge nobody when it comes to how they live their lives as far as making babies and going out and having fun with someone they genuinely enjoy their company with. Do you, boo-boo? Why is P. Diddy's personal life out on display? I have no idea. Why is this news? I have no idea. But yeah, we're gonna keep it going. So this is something that I really want to share. Kalani shares that she was sexually assaulted by a person who attended her concert. She posted in her IG story that she had made a video after it happened of her that showed her crying out of anger, but she decided not to post it. She stated, "I don't care how sexual you deem my music, my performance, my fun with my friends dancing in clubs, or me. Doesn't give you the right to cross the boundary line by sticking your hands up my skirt, pulling my underwear to touch my genitals as I'm being escorted through a crowd after performing." She said that shit makes me sick to my stomach. As a victim of sexual assault, I am endlessly triggered and mind blown. So that's something that I feel I should have shared. You know, that's something that's very serious. A lot of people get carried away. These fans getting carried away now just because somebody is talking about stuff. And then people like, well, if you wasn't talking about all that stuff in your music, then nobody would sexually assault you. First of all, sexual assault is a crime. Making music is not. All right? Expressing yourself creatively through your music is not a crime. What is a crime is being sexually assaulted. So what I need people to do is stop blaming the victim and place the blame where it belongs. We already did plenty of shows about sexual assault. I did a three-part series on sexual assault. And it makes no sense that well actually was sexual harassment, but it takes the same precedence because people think, oh, because she's dressed this way, because she presents herself this way, it's allowed, she's fair game. No, she's not. So leave Kalani alone and leave all the other female artists alone and leave the men alone, you know, that are out there doing their thing too. You know, sexual assault on any level against anyone is not acceptable. Moving on. Gorilla tweets that she likes her man to put protein on her food before she eats it, but quickly follows up saying, "Dang, y'all, it was a joke." She didn't just tweet that. She was actually on a show, on a podcast, where she said the exact same thing. So I listen, do you, boo-boo, whatever you want to do. That's how you want to, if that's what you want to be part of your diet, so be it, honey. Like, you ain't get no judgment from me. You like the that's you. All right? You like the go ahead, do you, boo. I ain't mad at you. All right? I'm not mad at you. I just feel like too many people are sharing personal details. TMI. Like, nobody need to know about all that. Nobody don't know all that. But y'all just keep sharing this stuff over and over again. Now, Gorilla, you was doing great. You still doing great. You was putting it out there about your music and everything. And your music is great. And you doing tours and everything. Just keep all your personal business to yourself. Have we not learned? Everybody don't need to know everything. Everybody don't need to know everything about your daggone life. That's why y'all in so much trouble now, because y'all keep telling all y'all business. Keep y'all business to yourselves. Okay? Keep your business to yourself. I don't need to know about what you do in your bedroom. Shoot. And then y'all be wondering why people be looking at y'all all funny and stuff at these awards, because y'all be talking about some crazy stuff. Anyway, moving on. DJ Wackademics. That's what I'm going to call him. DJ Wackademics admits he was wrong after calling Young Miami Diddy Young Miami, Diddy side chick. Then went back on his live stream after a few days of going back and forth with her on social media. However, this time he said she is a queen. I love her. Could Brother Love send AK a little message in a bottle to calm down? DJ Wackademics has a history of arguing and going crazy on women, but when it's a rapper pressing him, we've seen him hint or threaten to call the authorities many times to avoid problems with the men. Cornball. Next one. Cardi B shared a quick snippet of some of her new music after someone reportedly leaked fake reference tracks and claimed them to be hers. Cardi agreed with a fan who called out the leaks for being fake and they sound horrible, and that Cardi ain't about to rap about pushing no weight. Then Cardi found the tweet and retweeted it with a response saying, "These are horrible too. I would never." Ayanna Yaya Mayweather, NBA YoungBoy's big mom, was sentenced to 6 years probation after pleading guilty to aggravated assault with a deadly weapon by way of stabbing a woman in 2020 several times in the arm during a fight. She has to abide by the following rules of her probation. She cannot commit any crime or offense. Cannot use or possess any illegal drug or prescription drugs that are not currently prescribed by a medical professional. Report to a supervising officer. Work a suitable employment or that girl ain't gotta work or attend school full time. She ain't gotta go to school either. I guess because it's under the order, but and remain within Harris County and cannot travel outside the location unless given permission. See, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Moving on. Deb Atney had a lot to say in her recent interview on podcast My Expert Opinion. This is Waka Flocka's mom. She claims that Gucci Mane didn't like Nicki Minaj at one point because he couldn't mess with her, he couldn't have sex with her, and even calls Gucci selfish. But with what we know about the business and the media reports that she's allegedly done with her son and other 1017 Brick Squad members in the late 2000s, bad business. Let's just say a lot of people left the table unhappy and unpaid. Ivory Duke Williams was taken into custody last Wednesday for the death of CMG signed Memphis rapper Snooty Wild. Nearly a year after his death, his son was able to help catch his father's killer by alerting the Houston police of his father's alleged killer, admitting to shooting his father on a social media post. He shouldn't have never did it, and then he shouldn't never did the crime, and then he's stupid as to sit up there and confess to it on social media. Congrats to Lil Wayne as his 2008 hit song Lollipop, like a lollipop, becomes a diamond record. 14 members of Sauce Walker's TSF crew in Houston were arrested on federal RICO charges. More than 200 FBI personnel came together to investigate the case. Wow, that's a lot of people get together to whatever. Bow Wow responds to Jermaine Dupri after he claims in a recent interview that he created 106 & Park for Bow Wow to excel his career. He kept it short and simple, saying "Stop the cat," as he listed the creators of 106 & Park, who were the bigwigs of the BET network at the time of the show's development. Top charting producer Hitmaker tweets, "I can't wait to work with a pretty female rapper that's strictly about bars to even the playing field. Pussy Rap was cool, but when it had shock value, it was rare. Now it's like every girl is taking it there. It's some who aren't, but they need a hit producer to make an impact." Meek Mill deactivates his Twitter forever and takes over his YouTube so he can interact with his fans more, citing too many bots and weird people. December 14th, ABC Network presented The Beauty and the Beast, a 30th celebration, part live action, part animation, and 100% Disney magic, starring her, Josh Groban, Shania Twain, David Alan Grier, Martin Short, and more. 13 musical numbers. In case you missed it, it is streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu. And apparently Life Jennings must not be nice. Must not be nice. After recently recent videos of him. Why did it autocorrect me and then it was wrong? Don't autocorrect me. After recent videos of him in concert surfaced, LZ816 tweeted, "I went to see Life Jennings last night, and when I tell you never again, I want my mother money back." Because he was screaming at people, y'all. Celebrity news. Celebrity jeweler Alex Moss tells TMZ Champagne Poppy's new piece is called Previous Engagements, a tribute to all the women Drake contemplated asking to marry him, but never went through. Necklace with 42 engagement ring diamonds. That's a lot of ice, people. 1 diamond for every thought of proposal. Every thought of proposal. Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, who fired 1 shot at cops as they burst through the door on the night they shot her dead, settles a $2 million lawsuit with the city of Louisville. Wonder if any of that money is going to go to Breonna Taylor's family. But that's another situation. Terrence Howard says he's given his very best as an actor and shares final decision to retire while on the carpet for The Best Man, returning for his final installment on December 22nd, 2022. Terrence revealed his final run and made it clear on Entertainment Tonight with Kevin Frazier, saying, "I retired 2 years ago for the most part." So he did slow down a lot with acting, pretty much after Empire. Romeo calls out his dad after Master P responds to his post about family trauma, saying, "You're not the man who you paint yourself to be," saying his dad avoids contact with him or any of his kids. Romeo feels like this is the only way he can reach out to his father. All this came from the family grieving over the loss of a family member and not handling it well publicly. Master P says mental illness is real and social media is not a place of healing. Son, you have to stop trying to get people to feel sorry for you. No family is perfect. We can all heal together. Romeo says he never touched his own money because it all went to pay his father's taxes. All my siblings are broke. We never had money for college, and we're living check to check. You see how that happened? That was crazy. Because, I mean, Master P had it set up for him. His grandfather left him, I think, $10,000, and he was able to build his multi-million-dollar company. And then he turns around and shirks his children's pockets. But then again, Romeo has been an adult for some years now. So as soon as he found that out, he should have been on top of it. And I mean, like, these kids, I swear, like, some of these kids, when they're given stuff so much and their parents just kind of give them stuff, they don't teach them the game, then they fall into this trap. But then they try to blame their parents. But at one point, you got to be like, my money, the math ain't mathing with my money. Like, where my money at? You know, and this is not being done. And y'all need to ask questions, even if it is your parent. You know, if your parent is managing your money and you want to see something, it's nothing wrong with getting a separate financial advisor away from your parent. But what's happening is that they probably feel like they're betraying their father, or father like, you don't think I would do that to you? I'm your father, and blah 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 blah. But look what happened. So there you go. Sports news. After weeks and opinions of Deion Sanders leaving JSU, he set things straight in his most recent press conference, clearly saying there are different levels and I must move on and take this opportunity to advance my coaching career. I have helped build this program, bringing in top recruits and leaving behind an amazing staff to cover in my absence. And JSU student defaces Deion Sanders' mural even after everything he did for the college. So here you got a man who wants to further his career, but people feel some type of way about that. Y'all just wanted him to stay there forever and ever and ever. And y'all don't, we don't know like what his paycheck was looking like. He probably got offered a better position somewhere else, and he did what he could do for y'all school, and he's moving on to help another school. Why do y'all feel so jilted by it? And the person that defaced the mural, if we could really call it that, he probably ain't never been to a game, ain't never did nothing. He just did it for shock value. Robert Griffin III apologizes after mistakenly using the term jigaboo on air on last week's Monday Night Football countdown show. Talk about so he meant to say bugaboo. Dude, you know what you was saying, like. I know Terry Crews was somewhere like, you took my word. Former NBA All-Star and legend Stoudemire was arrested on domestic violence charges after allegedly punching one of his daughters, his 14-year-old daughter, in the face. Police report says she came home at 8 p.m. and after giving her grandmother nothing but attitude, Stoudemire rushed in and responded with, "You're talking back again," and struck her in the jaw. Wow, that's crazy. In other news, Winter Horrorland gone wrong. A slingshot ride snapped and crashed into a beam. That's why I don't ride no rides. Ouch. I cherish my life. I'm not playing with no rides, no slingshot ride. It happened in Hyde Park, London. But I'm surprised people still getting on these amusement park rides after seeing all this craziness that's going on with it. Pastor Miles' brother responds to Jamal Bryant about his recent statements of his church growing medicinal weed to fund his church, and he makes some very strong statements about his character as a pastor, even saying that Jamal's church is not a kingdom of God, but more of some money-making machine. He even brings up a black woman to deliver testimony of her family member who died due to use, but she never stated what she used. He really used the info to his advantage to promote people to join his church. I don't know how to feel about this one. He was too hyped and ready to discredit Pastor Jamal in order to hype up his church. And that's what's been happening, y'all. We're going to get into that a little bit later. We're going back, adult bullies in the church. Telling you. Karen tries to police family over visitors coming for a niece's death. A family lost a woman lost her niece. She had family members coming over to her house, but Karen was asking her, well, how long these people gonna be at your house and how they, and asking all these questions. Bitch, like, go somewhere with yourself. You don't have no right to what's going on over here, so just stop it. But she was trying to police them, and I just feel some type of way about that. A hippo in Uganda swallowed half of a 2-year-old's body and spit him out alive. Apparently this happened. This ain't no fake news. It was on CNN, y'all. So, whew. Craziness. Milwaukee man's 46-year-old Larry McAdoo was arrested after officials seized over 1,000 animals from his home. Oh, was it 1,000 animals? I thought it was like 100. Over 100 animals. It wasn't 1,000. It's only 100. These are exaggerations. He was charged with 2 counts of mistreatment of animals and 10 counts of negligence, not providing proper animal shelter sanitation standards. He was later released on $3,000 bond. The cops were called because of the strong odor of feces and urine. When the cops arrived, he blamed it on his 3 teenagers aged 16, 17, and 18. A woman tries running off after getting her phone screen repaired and gets locked inside. That was hilarious. She ran right into the door. Then she tried to call her mom and she tried to say, "Mom, they tripping. They got me locked in the store, this and the third." Mom shows up. The store owner told her what happened, and she started yelling at the girl because the girl tried to attack the store owner in front of her mom. Like her mom was just going to be down with it, like, yeah, baby, get him. I mean, it's some parents out there like that believe their kids can't do no wrong. But guess what? This mom was like, what she do? Oh, okay. I believe she did it. I believe she did it. It cussed her out right there. Los Angeles area black man disguised himself as a white guy to commit over 30 home burglaries. I mean, if they do it. Listen. Baptist brawl at installation of new pastor. Members of U-Haul Baptist Church did not want Elder F. Keith Horn to be elected pastor, so they stayed home. One family in support of Elder voted him in, and shall we say, someone was not having it, and her name is Mean Charlene, okay? She was like, I am not having it, okay? Mindful of kidnapper was done in Kroger parking lot located in Marietta, Georgia. The perp Randy Harmon attempted to abduct the woman at 9 a.m. So they getting bold, y'all. They doing it in the daytime. They doing it in the daytime. She fought and escaped. The perp was caught, thank God. The pastor addresses feminine men in the church. A 17-year-old is tried for murder as an adult after a girl 16 he gave ecstasy laced with Fetty Wap is found dead. 52-year-old Florida man Richard Atchison was arrested on multiple charges, including domestic battery. According to reports, him and his significant other, his wife, had gotten into an argument when she asked him to help with dinner. At some point, the wife added a spoon to the dishwasher, splashing her husband accidentally. He then lost his temper, began packing his things into his car, and left. He returned home because he had been drinking and told his wife to leave. Officers say he shoved her and picked up the Christmas tree in the corner of the room and threw it, striking her. People getting crazy. Political. A Texas lawmaker proposes a bill that will ban anyone under the age of 18 from opening a social media account. American lawmakers, including Republican Senator of Florida Marco Rubio, announced bipartisan legislation on Tuesday that will ban China's social media app TikTok in the U.S. They have followed up by saying they fear the app is really using app permissions of cameras to spy on Americans. They want to ban the use of any media company under the influence of Russia or China. And remember 17-year-old Jordan Davis? He was murdered in 2012 by a man upset with him for playing loud music at a Florida gas station. Well, his mom, Lucy McBath, was just elected to Congress. Rest in peace to Twitch. He was on So You Think You Could Dance. Yeah, So You Think You Could Dance. He also was on the Ellen Show. And when Ellen retired or got fired or whatever they're gonna call it, he became an executive producer. I just remember him being he's very handsome and very positive. And unfortunately, what they said that he unalived himself. There's a lot of people saying that's not the case, but listen, only God knows, and he's in God's hands. So there you go. Tomorrow is my nephew TJ's 11th birthday. Please, y'all, comment happy birthday in the comments. You know, show my nephew some love. He is a true Capricorn, okay? Capricorn, Sag Capricorn. Is that what we on? Like the cusp? Like he on the cusp. But still, he's about making money. And I know a lot of Capricorns that like making money. So he is definitely on the cusp, and he's just that way. And he's so adorable. Love him. New music releases. 21 Savage and Metro Booming's newest artist, Big Brat, drops new single and music video, Hope. Legends of the Streets tour kicks off February 2023 with Jeezy, Rick Ross, T.I., Gucci Mane, 2 Chainz, Ja Rule, Jadakiss, Cameron, Trina, with special guest P. Valley's own Juicy Fruit. Stops include NOLA, Houston, Dallas, Greensboro, and Cincinnati. I know Trevo is in the comments. You gonna make that Greensboro show? I know you probably are. Should they make a stop somewhere else? Comment below if you would like to see this lineup in your town. Ja Rule. I'm surprised about that. www.raphooks.com. Raphooks, a platform created by Uncle Marvin Music on IG, is where you can take courses on creating hits, branding, streaming, social media marketing, music marketing, learning how to monetize your platforms, landing placements in major collaborating with any artist, producer, or engineer 24/7 worldwide, and showcasing your talents to the world. Follow him and tell him Chivalafire sent you, and get started today on taking your music career to the next level. Rap Hooks works with us, not for us. Rap Hooks works with us, not for us. And that has been our Hit It and Quit It. Listen, y'all, we're going to jump right into this hot topic, but before we do, I got to shout out my sponsor. My sponsor is Euphoria Water. Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Alkaline water with minerals. There you go. Bada bang, bada boom. Hit them up on IG, Euphoria Water. If you live in Philly, call them at 267-707-8279 to get that Euphoria Water. All right, y'all. So we're going to jump into our hot topic, which I just played the... No, I didn't play it yet. Yo, wait a minute. I'm a little, let's go back. All right, we're going to jump into our hot topic. I'm telling you.
I'm coming in hot.
So again, y'all, we are closing out season 1 with our 5-part series on bullying. Think Different TV is doing a 5-part series on adult bullying. Okay, so this is part 4, bullies in the church, but just to round it up, guys, we have part 1, which is adult bullying in the workplace, part 2, which is adult bullying among friends, and part 3 was last week, adult bullying in the family, and today we have adult bullies in the church. All right, you see how all the hands are pointed to her like, you're wrong, you're doing bad. And I had a picture of a man being pointed to as well, but then I couldn't find it. So there you go. So here we go, y'all. We're gonna go back into defining what a bully is. A bully is a person who habitually seeks to harm or intimidate those whom they perceive as vulnerable. Why do they bully? They bully because they want to gain control. They also use it as a coping strategy. They want continuation of the role, or they have dementia. Now, I just went to church yesterday. It was amazing. Okay. Do we have any adult bullies in the church? I don't know. I'm not bullied in the church. I don't notice it. I don't notice anybody else being bullied. It's a pretty positive environment. I love going to the church that I go to. I feel as if I used to be very apprehensive before I went to church, and there's a reason why. My church experience prior to going to this church has been very stressful, and I don't know if it's because of my own, like how I grew up in the church, like how my grandma, I went to Baptist church, and everything was just so, and you had to wear your hair a certain way, you had to be a certain way, and it was just very stressful. When you're a kid in that environment, it's like, dang, like. And then when you grow up and you hear all the gossiping and all this different stuff going on around you, it's like, dang, like, are these Christians or are they church folk? Yeah, there's a difference. All right. Yeah, you got the church folk that you sin and all. Well, everybody sins. All right. But church folk, they don't atone for their sins. Truly, okay? They don't really take into account their words and what they say. And just think like Greenleaf. Y'all ever see the show Greenleaf? Like, I don't believe even the family was true Christians. Everybody has a human element to them, and I know this, and we all strive to be more Christ-like in our dealings with people and how we go throughout life and everything like that. And I get it. You have the religion, which is the set of rules. You have different things that, you know, religious beliefs and all these different things that's running all together. And sometimes this is a very touchy subject to talk about, because the image of the church as a family is ancient, and the idea of a family as a domestic church has reemerged in recent times. Parishes are communities of families gathered under a pastor, a father of the family, in communion with the bishop to worship God and to build the kingdom. And Christians are family through Jesus. God established believers to be connected in a powerful way as a family. To say that we are a church family implies that the significant spiritual bond between believers and the way we walk with one another through life, encouraging, supporting, and loving each other. So this is how it's supposed to be. In a family, in a church family, among friends, you're always supposed to have this element of encouraging, supporting, and loving each other. But there's a lot of times when that does not happen in the church. Sad to say, there are people who, even with them being in the church, cannot stop their ways of being disrespectful, putting people down, making people feel less than, to make themselves feel better about themselves. They still try to do the same stuff, okay, that they do outside of church. They do it inside of the church. Y'all ever heard of the term church hurt? Well, it refers to the pain sometimes inflicted by religious institutions, a pain that distances sufferers from their communities and from God. It occurs when you've been a victim of a total abuse of power in the church. All right. And so I ask you guys, have you ever experienced church hurt? Or realize that you were part of a toxic church? Now, there's some people that do not attend church. And one of the reasons why they don't attend church, because they feel like there's a lot of gossiping going on. They never really felt welcomed at the church. Maybe because the way they wear their hair is not accepted in that church. There might be mothers who are unwed, who are being whispered and talked about behind their back when they come into the church. Even though people smile in your face and say, oh, girl, anytime you need help, anytime you need a babysitter, anytime you need help, you can call me. But then they be up there talking about I wonder who the daddy is. Why ain't daddy ain't never come up in this church? Oh, she probably would, such and such don't look like such and such, and they both her kids, but they probably from two different daddies. It's still that type of gossiping that goes on in the church, y'all. It's crazy. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. And there are people who delight in causing trouble, running down the church and creating dissension in the church. And they're known as bullies. All right? They are comfortable only when they are fighting someone. They will either seek an official leadership position in the church or may be powerful without any official positions. And that is dangerous. That is dangerous. When you have that much power, let me think. In Greenleaf, there was this lady who served on the board. And she had some crazy power over the pastor and the first lady of the church. There was a lot that happened. If y'all never seen Greenleaf, please just watch the first episode. Just watch the first episode on Netflix, and y'all will understand what I'm talking about right now. If you have seen Greenleaf, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, and all the